Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tech Dhwani Gyan. Today we will discuss about how to create a PHP application to insert the data into the database. Here the database that we have used is the MySQL database that is already available in the application software that we have used is called the XAMPP server. You can see here. First of all, we have to open the XAMPP control server. Then we start all the servers here. Now let's start. First thing that we have to create is to done the database connectivity. Started with the PHP tag. Connection is a variable that is used to make the connections. MySQLi underscore connect is a function that is used used for the database connectivity. Here localhost is the server name and the root is the name of the database username actually. And here the blank admins blank not is nothing here, only double quotation here, which is the password of our database, and st is the name of the database that we have created in MySQL. Then I have write the if else statement. That means if MySQLi connect dot error number and in bracket I have write the connection. That means if there is any problem for you to establish the connection, then an error message has been displayed here called the connection failed. Otherwise a message has been displayed here that will be the connection established will be displayed here, that is the connection established. Then after creating this database page, I created the other page here, which is show that how to insert the data into the database. Here I have embedded the HTML code with the PHP code. Here HTML body, and I have created the form F1 method is a post method which is very secure than the get method. So I have used here post method, and I have created a two text boxes called the name and three text boxes, name, address, and a classes that is used to insert the name, address and class of a particular student. And for the name I have used a text box, and name of text box is n1, and for address this is the name is a1, and for class the name of the text box is c1. Then a button has been created here, and the type is submit, and value should be the insert record, and the name of this button is submit. Here you can use any name whatever you want. Then after closing the form, I have started the actual PHP code that is used to insert the data into our database. Let's just start here. I have used the question mark PHP. Then if is set dollar underscore post submit, that means it is used to check that if everything is set to insert the data into the database while we create the submit button. So a dollar underscore post is check that the button submit is available here, and if it is available and it is clicked, then I come inside and include the db.php file that I have shown you before, that is used to connect the data, that is used to show the connectivity with the database. And here I have used the other variable called the name that is used to store the value of n1. N1 is the name of the text box that I have used for the name, and same for the A1 that is for the address, and same for the C1 that is for the class. I have displayed the values here as it is not necessary. So next we have created the SQL variable where we have used the query called insert query. Insert into record 1. Record 1 is the name of the table that we created, and the fields are s name, adr1 and the class, and the values that we will store is the value of the variable name1, that is that we get from the text box 1, that is the text box of the name, and then other value is the address that we get from the text box a1, and other value is a class that we get from the text box third one. And then I have used the other variable result that is used to store the result that is come from the query. So MySQLi underscore query $con and $SQL has been used. Con is for the connection, SQL is a query. Then I have checked if MySQLi underscore query connection SQL. That means if everything is perfectly clear, then we will go to the another file that we created. Is called the thanks.php. It is nothing, just a web page that show a thanks message when the connection has been established and the data is already inserted into the database. Otherwise, it display a message called the record not inserted. So this is the actual PHP code that we use to insert any record into the database. Now let's check where we should create the database. So I have used here the localhost. Sorry, localhost. Then start the English language. Then we will click on the PHP myadmin. And this is the database that we have to use here. So first we create the database. So click on the database and give the name of the database. In our page, PHP page, we give in the name stu to our database and click on the create button. So message has been displayed. Database stu has been created. Then we should create a table called the record one, because in our program we have used the name record one here. You can see here into the insert into the record one. So next we have to create a table here into the stu database. So click on the stu. After clicking create the table, we will give the name of the table, that is record one. Number of columns you can give, we will use the 3 columns here. So click on the go button. 3 columns has been used here. First we will use sname, that is not integer, that's for the varchar, or you can use the text also. And you can also define the length, suppose it is 10. Another is address. Address will also with the text value, and suppose its value is 50. And third one is a class. It will also of the type text, suppose size is 10. Then click on the save button. Then you see that record one table has been created. When you double click it, you can see that there are three fields has been created here: sname, add, and the class. And I have used only these names because in our program we have used these names: sname, addr, and the class. Or so we have given add, so use add here. Okay. Now save this page, and this already have been saved. So let's start. Is it working or not? So we will use localhost. Then after XAMPP, the folder where we should save our program should be in C drive, XAMPP folder, htdocs, XAMPP. Then I created the PHP folder where I used to store my PHP files related to this video. So after XAMPP, I have to use the folder name PHP here. So I use PHP here, and then the name of my file, that is insert.php. You can see here there are 3 text boxes has been displayed here. It's just a simple form, so don't go to the design. So it is name, address, and the class. Suppose the name I have given is Richa, address is India, and the class is MCA. Then when I click on the insert record, when it will work properly, then all the records will be stored into the database, and this page will go to the next page, which is called the thanks page. But if something goes wrong in this coding part, then our message has been displayed, that was the error message that the record not inserted. So let's check, is it working or not? When I click on the insert record, then a message is displayed here, record not inserted. Okay. It shows that because you can see in the database that the ADD that we have used as a attribute name cannot be used because it is a reserved word. So we have to change the name of this field. and we will change this by selecting this and click on the change and use here ADDR and then save it. Okay, and in the coding part we also have to change it from ADD to ADDR. Now save this. Now again let's check, is it working properly or not? Refresh it. I insert Richa BSP and suppose it is MCA and click on the insert button. Then you see that we go to the other form called the thanks. Example that how we can create database connectivity to insert any record to the MySQL database. Thank you so much.